Hi, I'm Gordon Wilson, the Chief Executive of Travelport.
Good afternoon. Thank you for taking some time out to speak to Breaking Travel News. We're here at the World Travel and Tourism Conference 2012. We're in Tokyo. We've just been on the floor of the conference. But I was interested to know if you think organisations like the WTTC are significant in the tourism industry and getting our message out to governments around the world.
I think the WTTC is essential, in all honesty. It's the one body that kind of represents multiple facets of the tourism industry. I mean, you've got IATA for airlines, you've got the various travel agency associations, you've got the Cruise Line Association. WTTC is the umbrella that talks to the whole industry. It's the only one in the world that talks to the whole industry. And so when it goes and talks to governments about government policy which is inhibiting travel and commerce and therefore growth and jobs and GDP performance for countries, it really does speak with a fundamentally broader, different voice, which is why we are a very supportive member as Travelport of the WTTC.
Okay, interesting point. You're obviously heavily involved in the technology sector, which everyone knows very fast-paced, very fast-moving. But we spoke a few weeks ago, and you said that Travelport's offering had changed fundamentally over the last 18 months. Why don't you just bring us up to date on some of the more significant developments?
Sure, absolutely. It's a variety of things. First of all, the point of sale, systems that we've got now, enable us to sell much wider range of content than we've ever sold or distributed before. Let's take hotels. We've put in a new product called Travelport Rooms and More. This enables us to aggregate the content of providers like Expedia, Priceline, Mickey Hotels in Japan, Transhotel, etc. So that now instead of 85,000 hotels which are in our GDS, we can now offer our subscribers around the world, travel agencies around the world, the ability to book 650,000 hotel offers. I mean, that's a quantum leap in terms of the depth and breadth of product available. And by the end of this year, it'll be 1.2 million hotel offers, and that's just the start of what we're doing. We're also changing the way our selling system works to enable airlines to sell their products the way they want to sell them, including their ancillary products, so the ability to sell seat assignments and baggage, whatever else the airlines come up with. We've re-architected our platform front and back to enable us to sell their products to the consumer ultimately through the travel agency medium in the way that airlines want their product to be sold, including how they preserve their brand and they tell consumers about their brand proposition, the product you see on board, etc. All of that's been done in the last 12 months. We've put 4 large-scale new products into the market in the last 12 months, and that's pretty significant.
How about on the other side, the consumer side? You're behind orbits and things like that. How do you see consumers accessing your products? I mean, mobile is the thing everyone seems to be talking about. Toshiba have just given us some new tablet computers to take a look at. How do you see that developing over perhaps the next couple of years?
Well, I think the obvious thing is just the amount of consumer purchases that are going to be through mobile devices is going to be significantly higher. As a company, we're not a consumer company, so our strategy is very simple. I've developed a universal application programming interface to get to all of my rich content, search capabilities, etc. And I let third parties, write the front-end applications, whether they're on tablets or they're on iPhones or whatever else people want to use. Because I'm not the best guy to write the consumer application. What I'm very good at is aggregating a lot of the content and search and algorithms in the back, to do that. Because frankly, you can write an algorithm. It can be a guy sitting in his garage at home writing an algorithm, and there are thousands of them around the world, and we're embracing them as Travelport because you only need 3 or 4 of them to write a kind of groundbreaking global app, and we're away, and we're very receptive and responsive to working with developers in that area.
And just one final question. Travelport's already in 170, perhaps more countries around the world. Where do you see growth coming from your organisation over the next 5 years? Will it be deeper into existing markets or where?
A combination of both. I mean, you've got markets around the world from a GDS perspective which are growing in double digits. I mean, Brazil grew 30% last year, Russia grew 20%, we grew 70% as a company in Russia last year. Even markets like America, more mature markets, in the first couple of months of this year are up 6% year over year. So are there many brand new countries to go into? The answer is not, but there are still countries around the world which are showing exponential growth, and there are still some countries which are, we're inhibited in terms of where we can operate, like China, which we hope will liberalise over time. But I think the other thing is just this broadening out of the amount of content that we aggregate. As I mentioned before, with our Rooms and More, our hotel product, we've moved from 85,000 hotel offers to 650,000, 1.2 million by the end of the year. We're now putting more rail services in, we're putting more insurance services in. We're extending out the depth and the breadth of the content that we provide, which is, will be an adjunct to the geographic growth that we'll have around the world.
Well, thank you very much for taking some time out. I'll let you get back to the conference floor. Thank you.